Good afternoon, everyone. I always check because I had another dang update and thought, well, maybe they'll put the little tool back, but they didn't. So welcome on in, everyone. My wheel got stuck. Okay, let's get us all refreshed. Hey, Tina. Yeah, it took me a second to get back here because I had updates again today, and I thought, did they? Did they give it back? But they didn't. Thanks for sprinkling. Would have been so nice if they'd give back that tool so we could just flip it. Hey, Amanda. Okay, gonna take these off and better put them back here because of what I'm doing. It'd be my luck I get it all folded. So we are going to do the bird cage, and here's the top, the part for it. And here is, well, here's the back for it, and then you have a bird that goes on here. I already painted this part, and we're going to do a little decoupage on there. But on this, we are going to use the patina. Now I'm mixing it up some more because I already mixed it up earlier, but I'm going to mix it up some more. And it's easier for me to shake, shake, shake. And I am going to be using, it's called Dixie Belle Patina Iron. And just because there's some goop right here, I'm going to try, where's my paper towel, to get this off of here. Didn't want that in anything. I've never seen that. Oh, dropped something. Never seen that happen before. Hi, Linda. How are you? You been getting rain up there? I'm going to mix it up anyway again because I just want to make sure it's mixed good. Anything except this metal thing, I'm okay with because I can wipe it off real easy. But if you're using like a paintbrush or you're using one of these sponge brushes, you want to throw it away because you don't want this stuff going down your sink. Yeah, we've been getting a bunch of rain over here too. As you all know, Tina's only like 35, 40 minutes away from me, and she has not gotten as much as we have, but she is getting some today. Hi, Kathy. How are you? So let's paint this first with the patina, the iron. Might have to do it, I want to do it a little heavier. But I'm going to put this on. I may have to come back and put some more on because it's not going on as thick as I like it. There. This is what I usually, now haven't done this style, but I've seen a lot of people where they just do it on the wood and don't paint it. They just paint it with the patina. I have always put a coat of paint on and then painted the patina over it. Whatever color, the iron, the copper, the bronze, whichever one. So I thought, well, I'm going to try what some of the others have done and just do the patina paint it first. Then you'll dry it. And and then you'll put another coat of patina on here, and then you will spray it with the patina spray. But this is my first time right here live with you all doing it this way. Make sure I got everything covered. I'm going to scoot that over there. And I think it must have been my surge protector cord, because look what's back. I thought I'm going to try it, and it worked fine, so that bad boy's gone. Couple spots didn't look like it was totally covered to me. Okay, it should be dry. So now, because I'm using the patina iron, when you go buy it, Dixie Belle also has the suggestions. Like if you're using the iron, they suggest you use the patina spray green, and that's going to give it like a rusty look. If you get the bronze, they suggest to use the blue, because that'll give it like a bluish look. And then the copper, if you use the green, you get like a green look. And I want to use copper. Copper is my favorite, but I ran out of it and have not gotten any more yet. So now that I dried this, I'm going to put some more on. And this time we're going to leave it wet, because we will be coming back with the spray and spraying it. And I am going to let it sit up here while we do other stuff. Let it do its magic. Let's just say, or I hope it does its magic. Like I said, I've always painted mine first. So this is the first time I'm doing this way. But I know other people have done it this way, where they've not painted it. They just used the patina and painted the patina, dried it like I just did, and then put the wet one on. I haven't done some doing patina in a while. I don't know why. Okay, now this we are throwing away, because you don't want to keep it, you don't want to wash it down your sink. Hi, Vicki. How are you? Now, make sure this is on. When you buy it, they send you, if you buy it in the bottle size, which is 8 ounces, and you don't buy like a little sample kit, you get this, and the sprayer comes with it. So you can take the top off and then just spray away. Now I'm spraying it kind of liberally, because I want to see what it does. You can do a little or a lot, whichever you prefer. And we're going to scoot it up here. And I don't know if you all can tell already, but I can tell here some of it's changing a little bit. But we're going to move that off to the side. and let it do its due diligence there. And then we're going to bring the back part on, and we're going to do some Mod Podge. I am making, Pamela, the bird cage that I got in Laura's spring kit. That piece that I just sprayed up here goes on here, and then you have a bird in that. I'm doing good. This bird in that will go on to the what I'm going to call the cage part, which is up here waiting for the patina to do its stuff. Let's see, I got another sponge brush over here. Hey, Ken. So I don't put tons and tons of Mod Podge on. I'm turning my iron on. And I like to do where you dry it. Some people do it where they don't dry it and they put their napkin or rice paper and that on it. I like to dry it. For me, it seems like you get less wrinkles if you dry it first and then put it on. But that's my preference. All right, I think I got enough, but we will see. And I already pre-cut this and took the backing off. I had to stop and think which way I wanted to put. Oh, duh. What did I just say? Dry it. I wasn't going to dry it. And then I'd be saying, oh man, now I got all these wrinkles in here. Don't do what I was going to do. I mean, unless you prefer it that way. I prefer drying it first. I want to get this. Now, it wasn't going to fit totally all the way up, so I had to cut another piece off. And put it up here. I'm hoping I line this up good enough so that it's covering where I want it to cover. We will see. All right. Get my little sheet. I know a lot of people like to do it wet. Put, their napkin or their rice paper and that on it wet, but I like it dried. For me, it works, like I said, better. I don't seem to get as many wrinkles in that. But in some cases, depending on your project, the wrinkles come in handy because it kind of adds to that effect. So now I'm going to take a quick peek and see what it's starting to do stuff. I don't know if you can see it or not. Some people have done where they dried it. I'm not going to dry it because I feel that if you let it do its own thing, yes, you can get the effect by drying it. But I feel that if you let it do it naturally, its own thing, you get a better effect. But so if it's not dry by the time we get to where I need to be, then I will probably go ahead and paint. I'm going to paint my birds in that. We'll put this, and I'll show you it, but I'm not going to glue it down, if that makes sense to y'all. Or I can dry it and then not glue it down and then put it back over there, and you can sometimes go ahead and put another coat of patina on and spray it again, and it'll give it another effect. Effect. It's an effect, ain't it? I don't know. So now we're going to paint using Folk Arts Blue Hyacinth on the bird. Thanks, Pam. I hope so. I was looking through all the napkins I had, and I thought, oh, which ones do I want to use? And some of them I couldn't find some of them. And I thought, well, I want something with some floral. It would have been nice if I could have found some more like birds, but I didn't have any. I'm not painting his beak. I just thought about his beak right now, and I didn't pull any colors out for his beak, but I do have black here, so I could make it a black beak. But we'll see. We will see. So who all has been getting rain today? So now what I was wanting to do also, hi Karen, is use either, these are pretty close together. I have Apple Barrel's Light Blue or Crafters Collection Southern Bluebell, and put little bits of blue in here. So I'm not sure which one, but I think I'm going to try this. We may do both. We'll see. Look at you wearing it. Well, I'm wearing an apron for a reason, Karen. Not because of messes, because I have an old shirt on. It's because of what's on the shirt. And I didn't want to have any issues from Facebook, so hi Karen, hi Carolyn, thanks for sprinkling. I thought I had a paper towel, but I guess I used it. And where? Ah! I'm going to take this other blue, because I think putting a couple variations in it would be nice. Thought it was open, but it was not. Good thing I have a garbage can below me. Right? Well, I had it on, and I thought, they might not, it's just a word right here. It's not a naughty word by any way, shape, or form. It's just a word that they may not like me having on my shirt, so, and it's not a naughty word. But I thought, let's not take chances. Better safe than sorry. Now, I am going to use a little bit of Dixie Belle's Caviar because I want to put a little bit of black streaks in at least his tail feathers. Well, I say I did. These lids for me are not always cooperative. So I'm just going to use my whisk brush and pull it through. So he has a little bit of dark and a little bit lighter there. If I don't like it as we go on, we are subject to change it. Now I am going to use, move this out of the way for the moment. I am going to use the Dusty Blue, and I have some sea spray, and we are going to put it, I'm going to move the heart off to the side, on his wing. Thank you all for sprinkling. I appreciate it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but hello, welcome. So I'm going to take some of this color, get my little, the Dusty Blue, add it in here. We will mix this up, but I'm also going to put some Dusty Blue on his wing. Probably more than I need. But I'm going to paint his wing first, Dusty Blue. And then we're going to add this for some texture to his wing. I always seem to go to the sea spray. I do have the salt wash here. And I like this because I didn't get it in a big O bag. I got it off of Amazon quite a while ago and it came in this. But that'll give you texture also. But for some reason I always go to the sea spray. And I'm not going to change my brush, so if it's a little bit of a different color, that's fine too, because it's going to get covered up with our sea spray mixture. And I think I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to pat it on here. Actually, what I could do is just use the little spatula thingy, but I already got my finger full of it, so that's what we're going to use. And I'm kind of pulling it, so there's some in here, but I'm kind of pulling it, and I'll show you. I like the effect it's getting. So you have some thick, but not too thick. But I'll show you. As soon as I get this wing done, I kind of like the effect it's coming with. So can you see the effect it's coming with on the wing? I think it's making it almost look like it has feathers going. And you know what? What do you think? I thought I was going to like the black there. I'm not so sure I do. Putting a little bit of texture on his tail feathers. I'm thinking I might do that too. So you'll have this wing up here and then some on the tail feather. We could even put just a smidge up on the top of his head, so it kind of looks like. Bought a beautiful container of flowers yesterday for my cement pad. Pansies, those Dusty Miller and lamb. Oh, I love lamb's ear. Purple and silver green. Oh, perfect, Karen. So what do y'all think? I'm thinking put a texture on his tail feathers and maybe a smidge on his head, because I kind of like that better than the black in there that I was going for. Might have to add a little more of this, just a little. See, I was thinking the same, Tina. I thought, you know what? I'm not so sure I like the black there. Let's do this. So I'm going to add a little more paint in here, just to see if I can stretch this a little more without having to mix some more up. They sound really pretty, Karen. Okay, I think I may have enough. And again, I'm just going to use my finger because if I can pull it off again, we're going to get that effect, I hope. Actually, I think it worked better on the wing than it is on the tail feather, but that's okay. I think it was because I added a little more paint to this. It's not as clumpy, if that makes sense. Lumpy and clumpy. But I wonder. Need just a chair and a table. So I don't know if you can see what I just did. You know what I'm going to do, because I want that other effect a little bit better? I'm going to take a little more of the sea spray and make a little other one, because I want the top of his head to look a little more textured. You get over there. Because I added more paint to the other side of the other one because I wanted to make it kind of stretch out, but in doing so I thinned out some of the texture. So anybody got anything fun planned for the weekend? We have a scent work trial this weekend, so that's where we're going to be. And y'all don't have to use your fingers. I just did. You can use, whatever you want to spread this. I just preferred it. Except it's messy. So there you go there. And before we forget, I'm going to take and give him an eye. And before I totally forget, I'm going to get a little brush and I'm going to make his beak black. I think I'm going to sprinkle some mixed marigolds and my planter where my tomato plants are to see if I can get them to grow. Well, we ain't lacking any water right now, Tina. That'll definitely get it. So here we have this right now. I'm going to go ahead and give this a dry, and then we'll glue him on. And I'm going to use the Stick Fast. So there's our bird. Now, I do have a heart here. What color do y'all think we should do the heart? Could do traditional red. While we're thinking about that, I'm going to pull this patina back. And it's doing its stuff, but not as fast as I like. So we are going to dry it. And then I may have to come back and do some more. So we can at least get her so you can see what it looks like. Now, like I said, I have never done it this way before. I always paint mine first, dry it, put patina on, dry it, like the iron or the copper or whatever, or the bronze, whatever you're using. And then I put another one on, and then I spray it. And truthfully, in my opinion, I think it works better doing it that way. I've seen people do it this way before, and look at my paper from the patina. I don't think it works as well for me this way, because I can't see a real big difference. So I will show you what this is going to look like. Then I'm going to put some more patina on and let it go. But what color should we do? The red? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the patina again now anyway. Why? Because it's here. I'm not happy with this effect. I should have listened to myself and painted it. That's the way I prefer to do it. So we're going to paint this again. I have some, I think they're still on there. The picture should be, the videos would not be, because Facebook has taken it. But I've done a vase and a couple other things where I've done the patina and it came out really pretty and nice. And in those, I've always painted it first. And then put patina on, dried it. Put a wet coat on, sprayed it, and it came out really nice. This, you all obviously can try it your way, whatever way works best for you. But for me, this, I don't like the way this comes by doing it this way. So I am going to try this one again because it's like I'm starting over on it. I don't know what happened there. Totally went off. We lost signal. But also my dryer did go kaput. So it was the gun. So good thing I have this other one here. So I don't know why I lost you all. It said all of a sudden it was gone. Okay, that is dry. I don't know if y'all saw or not, but I was using the heat gun and it did die on me. So I thought it was my surge protector, but it wasn't. It was obviously going. I don't know how long heat guns last, but I don't feel like that. It lasted about a year. So I don't know if that's the norm for a heat gun. I don't know if anybody knows what the norm is for a heat gun, but I would have thought it would have lasted a little bit longer than that. But what do I know? Again, you don't want to save your brush or anything that you're using to put this on. Huh, wonder why. Let me see.
Off. Power on.
Try put that back on. Does it sound better? I just rebooted that. The little speaker. Well, let's hope this works the way I would like it to, like it has in the past, because that did not work the way it was supposed to originally. The paper was turning. I gotta leave my heat gun there because I don't want it to touch anything. Hi, Sissy, welcome. How are you? We're doing a little patina here, and I'm using the iron, and they suggest using the green with the iron, and it's supposed to come out kind of rusty. But as I was telling everybody, usually I paint my surfaces first and then put on a coat of patina, dry all of those. I dry the paint first and then I dry the patina, and then you put on another patina and then you spray it and it starts turning. This time I did it the way I've seen some other people do it, where they don't put a base coat on and they just did the patina, dry it, and then put it on. And I didn't like the way it was coming out, so we did it again. Now, you can a lot of times just speed it up with the heat gun in that, but I don't know that it's going to do it, so we'll see. But even if it doesn't turn out the way that I was hoping for it to turn out, it's still a pretty gray. But I'm going to try to encourage it along by giving some heat to it. Usually it works better effect, I think, if you just leave it sit there and do its own thing, but because we went ahead and did it again, I figured I'd try to move it along a little bit. And then the more, even with using the dryer and that, you let it sit there and it continues to change, even if you use a dryer. I'm still not liking the effect it's coming out with. Doesn't seem like it's doing it the way I would like it to. That's okay. Experimenting, you learn new things. See, it's not giving it the effect that I usually get. So just for showing what I'm doing today, we're going to take our cage and we're going to go ahead and glue her on here anyway, and hopefully it'll still keep doing what it needs to do. But I'm going to take the stick fast and put this on here. And just remember, when you are using the patina, whatever you use, throw away. Well, that's what I thought of, but Karen, but I kind of, well, I kind of like this. It's just not doing the full patina effect that I wanted. And I do have to wipe the back off of here because some of it dribbled over here. I mean, it's a nice gray. It is what it is. Sometimes it happens. And it still may turn after, because sometimes I've noticed, you know, some of it turns and then it really turns as it sits or ages, as you shall say. My favorite is the copper, like I was saying earlier, because I like the color and the effect it gets, and that's usually what I use. Not that I don't care for the other ones, but it comes out that like tarnished bluish look. And I like that. Hi, Rebecca. Now, I did get some on my hands, so I'm going to get that wiped off. Do we decide, do we want to do the heart pink? Do we want to do it red? Do we want to do it another color? I'm going to take my bird, put my heart here, get rid of this paper. We're going to glue our bird right here, I think. So here we have this so far. Any takers on, or do we want to do a purple heart? We could do a purple heart. Let's see. We have amethyst. Red. Tina says red. We could do red or we could do amethyst. Red heart or amethyst. Tina says red. Anybody else? Heart purple, heart red. If we're going to do the red, it's going to be romance. Dark blue, red. All right, we'll do red. We got 2 reds, so we'll do the romance. Because that is a red, red. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Move my little board. I think you guys can see my heat gun. It died on me. So I think we're going to put it there. What do you think? Because I am going to put a little something up here. And I figure if I put it over here, it might be too much in the way. And what I want to do with my palette knife is I'm going to take a little bit of, I think, do black over here and just kind of make it a little kind of like chippied on the edges. Hi, Mickey. How are you? So you think heart looks perfect right where it is, I'm thinking. I'm going to turn it a little. Now we're going to take a little bit of the caviar. And I don't mind it if in some spots it's a little thicker than others. That's kind of in my picture, which is my mind. When you get stuff that's old, sometimes it's more prominent in others spots, and others it's really thin where it's kind of like chipped out or wore out. So it'll look like that. We're going to give that a quick little dry, and then we're going to add some floral to the top. You and me both. I'm sure you're glad because of work and that, but it's been a long week. Oh, you know what? It is starting to turn a little, but I don't think y'all will be able to see it. Starting to see some rust, a little bit of rusty. Woohoo! Happy about that. Okay, so this is dry, but I was thinking, and I have a whole bunch of floral behind me, we could take some of this. and like lay it up in here like that. We have other flowers, but I was kind of wondering, I don't know if that might work. We'll see. Let me pull one off and we'll see. Put maybe at least one in there, something like this. What do you think about that, y'all? Yes, I did. I did it the opposite way of what I usually do. What I usually do when I patina is I paint my surface first, I dry it, then I take a, where'd I put it? Then I take whichever one I'm using, like the iron patina, and then I would paint that, dry it, then go over with another coat of the patina, leave that wet and spray it. This time, I didn't paint the surface first. I painted it with the patina, dried it, put a wet patina on it, and sprayed it, and I don't feel like I got the effect that I usually get doing it the way that I always usually do with painting it first. I can see it starting to turn in certain spots, but it's not doing what it normally does for me when I do it the other way with painting it. So I'm a little disappointed on that, but I can see some of it turning. I don't know that you all, I don't even know if holding it up close, if y'all can you see where it's starting to turn up in here? I don't know if y'all can see it. It's kind of rusty. If you can see it, I'm glad, but it was hard to, so I went and patinaed it again to give it that extra. Now, like I was telling everybody, my favorite is the copper. I love the copper. I have bronze here, and I have the iron. I have the blue and the green spray. I'm not a fan of the yellow, but some people are. So, you know, it's whatever you like. Thanks, Kathy. Oh, you could see it, Mickey? Good. 3 little puff balls in the middle. Well, I was thinking about that too, Karen, because I thought I definitely would not do 2, because whoever they are always says do it odd. So it would have been either 1 or 3. Now I'm holding this for a minute because it takes a second for that to... Thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Pam. All right, let me get a couple more puff balls, as Karen calls them. I would call them the same thing, or pom-poms, because I'm not sure what they are. I just saw some purple. Oh, I'm not sure how to say this, but I'm going to give it a best shot. Allium, A-L-L-I-U-M, is that how you say it? That's what they are. I have been known to pronounce things wrong. And it looks like allium to me. Yeah, that's what I first started out with, Mickey. I tried it because you had the different samples and that in there, and that's what I tried, and that's what got me hooked on it, because I've done it several times, but for some reason this time I decided, oh, let's do what I've seen some other people do, and it didn't work for me as well. I find, like I said, when I paint it first and then do it, it gives a better effect. All right, I might still need to cut these a little bit shorter. So we could do my glue gun's gonna have to come in and help. Something like that. I'm losing, my little balls are falling off. Come on, stay. Usually sticks really fast. I'm thinking the iron takes longer to it. I haven't used the iron that much, I'll be honest. I have used more, my favorite is the copper and then the bronze. But I'm even sitting here watching and it is coming up. So I'm happy that it is starting in spots to pop up. Woohoo! Yay, yay. But that's like I was saying, you know, once you do it, you can speed the process up some with doing a heat gun. And it will still, like, cure even after that. But if you let it go naturally, it takes a while because you'll watch it change. And then, you know, an hour later, you'll go back and it'll still be changing some. And then eventually, I would say in a couple hours, it's done. I don't know. That's what it says on here. It says it's ALLIUM. Some of them they put names on and some of them they don't. I'm not proficient in the floral or foliage area. So it helps when they have a name on there for me. I'm definitely going to need the glue gun. And yay, to help along here. And I didn't do it again. I was going to bring back the little bit of Vaseline to put around there, and I totally forgot. Because I'm curious. I want to see if it actually works. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I saw somewhere when I was on Facebook, it said if you take Vaseline and put it around the tip here, you won't have like spidering, the little spider-like webs. And I keep forgetting to bring back Vaseline to try it. But here we go, y'all. And I am happy because I can actually start seeing it changing in different spots. I'll hold it up to see if y'all can see even more. Can y'all see it, like right in through here and that? It's starting to change. It's getting kind of like a deeper rusty look. Yay! Well, we're decorating with chives. I like chives, so I'm okay with that. Where did it... Here's the other one. This is the bronze. See the color on there? And then they suggest using the blue with that. So maybe next week we'll do something and we'll use this so y'all can, who haven't used it yet, can see what this does. And then you can see the color of the iron, and then they suggest using the green. Now, I know there's one color, and I can't remember right offhand, and Tina, you may remember, but I'm glad you guys could see it. Thanks, guys. But there is one color that you can use. I think it's, might be the blue and the yellow. I personally don't like the yellow spray. I don't like it. To me, it's too yellowy, and it's not, for me, it's not what I would think is a pretty color. But, you know, to each his own. It is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It would be boring if everybody liked everything the same. Thanks, Karen and Vicky. I appreciate it. And I'm going to let it sit for a while, and then I'm going to take some pictures and see how much, and then take another picture and see if it keeps changing in a couple hours, because I am even seeing some starting to pop up in here. So I'm happy. And some of these balls are still falling off. But that's the project for today, y'all. I think all in all, it turned out pretty good. I was worried there, as y'all could see earlier. And for those that didn't see, I did use paint and sea spray on here for the wings and around the tail feathers and the top of his head. Anyway, I am going to jump off here. I hope you all have a good rest of the day, and I hope you do something fun tomorrow. Kenny and I will be at a trial. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Mickey. Thanks, Tina and Rebecca. Yes, doing some picks and stages and see how much it does change. And if it doesn't do a lot of drastic change this time, okay, that's fine. Sometimes that happens. So I hope everybody's going to have a fantastic weekend. I will take some pictures and share them, because where we will be at, we don't get real good reception. So I will take pictures and I'll post so y'all can see what we were doing. In the meantime, everybody, yes, ma'am. That's it. That's the other thing. I want to make sure I get stuff ready, because I'll be doing ornaments later tonight. So I'll see some of you later. Well, not see it, but we'll be chit-chatting. But thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate each and every one of you. If there's somebody on here who came on their page, which you all are more than welcome to if you have a business page, come on. And if you're not following whoever's on, please follow them. It helps our pages. If, you know, I get it. It's hard to watch everybody. I try to go back and watch replays and all that. But please follow. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is the highlight of my day. You get to see me crazy. You get to see me silly. You get to see me like, oh no. But it's all fun. So I appreciate it. And I appreciate you all being here. Have a good rest of the day. Have a wonderful weekend. And come on, hearts. Well, guess we're not going to get hearts today. Is it not working anymore? I had upgrades again. I guess none of these are working now. Well, I can't give you hearts this way, but I'll give you a heart this way. Thank y'all. Have a good evening, and I will see you Monday. Same time, 5 Eastern. Have a good one. If you're getting storms, stay safe. Bye, all.